Cool. Hey guys, today I want to talk about 5 avoidable mistakes SaaS startups make. If you don't know me, my name is Kieran and I'm the founder of Saturn Media. We help scale SaaS, tech, and AI companies through Google Ads. So I see a lot of common pitfalls that SaaS founders make when it comes to their product and marketing. We work with a ton of businesses at the startup stage, guide them through that sort of rocky terrain through to the growth side of things. But throughout our time of working with these people, there's 5 common themes that I see come up over and over again. The first one that I'm going to get into is the fact that ads won't save your bad business or product. So I've got a lot of companies who come and speak to me regarding marketing for their business. They're usually at the beginning of their journey, or they've been operating for say 3 to 6 months. They've sort of got themselves into a bit of a tricky spot in a sense of they've invested a lot of money, they've invested a lot of time, and they've put a lot of work into their product, and is not really taken off as much as they thought they would be, or as how much as it should. A lot of the time is what they would then turn to is thinking that paid ads will save their product and their business. But I want to make one thing clear is that if you don't have a working product or you don't have a good value proposition, if you don't have a great offer, paid ads aren't going to save your business. They're not a magic tool that you can turn on and just get thousands of users for your product. You're not going to get thousands of high quality leads, and you're not going to be attracting the target market that you want to be. Paid ads is only a vehicle that you should use once you've got PMF, once you've got validation that your product is actually useful, once you've got a strong offer, once you can keep up with competition, and also once you've got a fully optimized website. These are all things that play a key part in advertising. You can't just run ads and expect that it's going to save your business. And in fact, we've seen a lot of companies who have come to us who have been running ads, and unfortunately, it's left them in a really difficult spot. However, if they just were patient and they focused on the fundamentals and got their business to a position where they could run advertisements, then it would be a completely different story. But that takes me on to the second point, which is running ads with no product market fit. So again, is a critical thing that you've got to be doing when you've got any business is understanding who is your target market. You can't appeal to everyone. You can't just cast a wide, pull everyone in. You've got to find your niche, you've got to find your people, and you've got to make it fit their needs. A lot of people run ads without this, so that just confuses messaging. You're going to get a lot of people, if you're B2C, you're going to get a lot of signups that aren't actually necessarily going to use the product. If you're B2B, you're probably going to get a whole lot of leads that aren't really interested in what you've got to offer, or they're looking for something else, or they're just going to no-show on your calls. So you've got to make sure that you've got a clear understanding of who you want to target. That way you can then get the messaging right in your ads. You can then also get the messaging right in on your landing pages or your websites. And then you can then also get your messaging right within your offers and find an offer that fits and actually fits in with who you're competing against and actually is stronger than your competition. So you can do that through constant feedback loops with your existing client base. You can use forums like Reddit to find out whether your ideas are a goer. You can have suggestions on your website. You can even run questionnaires on your website. There's so many ways that you can do this to find your product market fit. And until you've got to that point, you should stay way clear of ads because you're just going to piss money down the drain. The third point that I'm going to go on to here is over-optimized ads. So we audit a ton of accounts, and I would say in 2024 alone, we've audited way over 200 accounts. One common theme that I see with software startups is over-optimized ads. And this could sometimes come from a place of emotion, or it can come from a place of being irrational, or it could come from a place of sort of trying to brute force your way through that door and break through that barrier of Google Ads. Often there's a small budget, or they've got limited resources, or in other cases they've got a big budget. They're just going full steam ahead at it. But what we often see is that they're making rash decisions. They'll make a change in the ad account one day, see the results the next day, and then change it again. Over-engineering doesn't help with ads. Over-engineering shoots you in the foot. You've got to trust the process. You've got to run actual tests in controlled environments and give them enough time to gather the sufficient amount of data to then make an informed decision on what's actually going to benefit you within the ad account. Making a change, and if you don't see the result overnight, and you shit the bed and then you make another change, you're just going to be digging yourself a hole. So it's over optimization doesn't work. With Google, you've got to be patient, you've got to be strategic, you've got to find out what KPI levers you need to pull to get to the end result. You need to find out what metrics matter the most at this moment in time and then work on them. Don't go changing everything at once, because then you're not going to know what variable made the difference, and then you're just going to be back at square one, over engineering again and hoping for the best. You're basically pissing in the dark and it doesn't work at all. So you need a team of experts who know what they're doing, who've seen the inside of hundreds of ads accounts, to actually be there and guide you and educate you on what changes need to be made, why they need to be made, and how long until you can see an effect. Just another note on that actually as well, within experiments, there's no such thing as a bad experiment. You can run a test, an A/B test. Let's just say, for an easy example, it's ad copy and you want to improve your click-through rate. You don't get the results that you want at the end of the test. People often say, oh, that test was a failure, that was a shit test. No, it's not. There's no such thing as a bad test. It's all learning at the end of the day, and you know what to avoid, and you also then get validation that your current messaging works. Don't over-engineer your ads if you want to make money with Google. Number 4 is a bit of a tricky one, because I mean, everybody who runs a business is guilty of it, is founder bias. And what I see with a lot of people is believing that your product is better than everybody else's without having any feedback that validates that. And also, on the same hand, not being receptive to feedback. We've given tons of constructive feedback on how to improve products, how to gain feedback to improve products, how to improve landing pages, and we've just been shut down. As a result of that, the business just stays stagnant. How are you meant to grow if you're not receptive to feedback, if you're not keeping your ear to the ground and actually making the changes that people need? The best businesses get feedback from their customers or prospects, whether it's good or bad. They implement those learnings, and then that's how they actually grow in such a competitive market. There's thousands and thousands of software companies out there, and they're popping up every day. To believe that you are going to be better than everybody else without actually iterating and constantly trying to be better is just going to be doing yourself a disservice. So set yourself up, do yourself a favor, set yourself up a feedback loop, speak to your existing clients. If people churn, understand why they churn. If people want new features, understand what features they want and why they want it. And also be active on your socials and things like that. Have really great customer service and make sure that you're constantly evolving, so you can actually then become a market leader and you're known for being responsive to what the people want. And finally, conversion tracking. Conversion tracking is so important that nobody really ever has it set up correctly. When we look into ad accounts, there's no accurate tracking of the different stages of the sales cycle for B2B. There's no accurate tracking the whole funnel through to sign up to purchase or trials for B2C. There's no funnel visualizations where you can identify bottlenecks. There's completely nothing. So again, I think I said it earlier, you're going to be pissing in the dark without this. You're just going to be hoping for the best, pressing buttons and hoping that what you're doing is having an effect. You need to make sure you've got the correct conversion tracking set up so you can then understand what's moving the needle within the ad account, and also where you've got bottleneck in your overall funnel. I was having this conversation with somebody the other day with people about signing up for their product, but they're not completing the next few steps. We were quickly able to identify what the issue was by conversion tracking set up. There was a conversation to be had. Is it our ads that send in shit traffic, or is there not a good offer? We have a look at what the users that have signed up, are they business emails? Are they legit emails? Are they spam? Turns out that they're real and they are ICP emails. So then in that case, we know where to look. You're having a drop at the sign up and point of sale. So there's an issue with the offer, or there's an issue within that. Without this, you're going to assume it's a traffic problem when it's actually a funnel problem. So there's a whole lot of finger pointing that goes on if you don't have conversion tracking set up. And especially if you're a founder at a startup, you need to know what levers to pull. Maybe Google Ads isn't the best for your business, but you're never going to know that unless you've got the right conversion tracking set up. That wraps up the avoidable mistakes that you can make as a SaaS startup founder. If you are interested in having a chat and sort of bouncing some ideas and understanding whether Google Ads is a good thing for your business, feel free to drop me a DM or book a call through our website. We work with tons of software companies, tech companies and AI companies in actually making Google Ads a real growth vehicle for them. So yeah, it'd be good to assist with anybody who needs it.